Good morning and happy Friday to all of your sunshiny faces. It's Friday. Are you guys so excited for Friday? I sure am. Well, kind of, I guess. I'm super nervous though because Sunday is the Super Bowl and I'm like terrified all at the same time. So, I'm actually going out for ice cream with my friends this afternoon at like I think 1 or so. I think my friend's coming to pick me up you guys are uneven. You guys are off center. I think my friend's coming to pick me up at 12:30, I believe. Well, I was going to say I have to start dinner today and get it in the crock pot, but I have no clue what recipe I used, and now I can't find the recipe that I thought I had pinned. Which I'm really upset because this week I didn't. Normally I send myself a link to the website that I'm planning on making the meal from, and I didn't this week, and so it was hard for me to find this one. I think the one I made yesterday too. And I don't know where this one is. I thought it was a quinoa stuffed bell peppers that you put in the crock pot, but I cannot find the recipe anywhere. The only ones I can find that I have pinned are ones for the oven, and then the other ones that I have pinned I don't have the exact same ingredients for. So that's why I'm kind of confused, like what should I actually use? So I'm going to have to try and figure this out, what I should do, because I should probably put it in right now depending on how long it's supposed to cook for, but I don't know which recipe it is, so I don't even know like which one it is. But the one that I think I have all the ingredients for, it is also a like oven one. I think I have all the ingredients for that, so if I can't find the one for the slow cooker, then I guess I could do that one, and it's only supposed to be like less than an hour. I think it's only supposed to cook for like 30 minutes, and so hopefully that one will work. But goodness guys, it's a problem with me. I don't always pin things that I see, and then I go back and I'm like, darn it, I thought I pinned that, and now I can't find it. So what I've decided on is that I'm going to make these my own recipe, which I've never done before. I rarely ever do anything like that isn't word for word what the instructions said, but I basically just looked up a different recipe to see how long to put them in for. It said 5 to 6 hours on low, so that's what I'm going to do. And the recipe that I was looking at was for ground beef, but it said that you could substitute it with quinoa or white rice, or like it had brown rice and ground beef, but it said you can substitute quinoa for the beef and white rice for the brown rice, or you know, however you want to do it. So I'm gonna try this, guys. I am not very good at like portioning, like how much like seasoning do I add per, you know, kind of thing or whatever, but I think I'm gonna try this out. I think I've got a total of 9 bell peppers, but I think I'm only gonna use maybe 6 or 7 of them. I think I have 9 because the packages come in 3, and I thought that the one recipe I read said 6, and I was like, well, there's, you know, 5 of us, and we probably, you know, I was like, well, maybe somebody would have more than one. Like I might actually end up having 2, so I was like, well, maybe I'll do all 9 and see how that turns out. But I think I'll do like 1.5 cups or 2 cups of quinoa, and I think it said you could do it uncooked quinoa too. So that's like the thing that I think I'm most scared about, is whether or not to cook the quinoa prior to it, because I don't want it to be hard. But should I just like add, because I'm going to add salsa to it, so the salsa would just absorb the quinoa, right? Or the like the juices from the salsa. Oh, guys, this is terrifying me right now. I don't want to butcher a dinner for tonight, but at the same time too, I couldn't find anything that was the exact same with the ingredients that I actually bought. So I have no clue what recipe I was looking at, seriously. But let's try this out. Okay, so here it goes, guys. The stuffed peppers, I'm really hoping these are going to turn out well, guys. Honestly, if not, you know, it's a learning cooking day. But I got 9 of the non-GMO bell peppers from all these sort of different colors. I got some organic vegetable broth, chili powder, cumin, salsa, organic salsa, some tomato sauce, black beans, and quinoa, which is organic and also organic, guys. Look at that, like almost 90% of this stuff, well, not 90, but like maybe 70% of it is organic, non-GMO. You know, got a few other things in there that really aren't, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna end up portioning this out, or you know, anything like that. I think I might just end up using what's left of this quinoa, and then I'm gonna add like vegetable broth and the salsa, which the juices from the salsa and the tomato sauce and the vegetable broth should hopefully absorb into the quinoa and it'll make it all nice and puffy. But I'm hoping this is gonna work, guys. I was seriously scared, but I was like, okay, I got my protein here, you know, got the black beans and the quinoa, and then there's some salsa in there too, which should, you know, add some extra little veggies, I guess. But plus, you got the big bell peppers in there too, and I'm gonna see how I'm gonna figure out how much to add of this. I'm just scared, guys, because I've never like made my own recipe, kind of, or like punted, where, you know, you just kind of use a bunch of things and try it out and see how it works. But you know what, that's gonna be one of today, I guess. It looked pretty good in there. I got all 9 to just barely fit with the lid. So I pretty much, what I ended up doing was, I'm still hoping, like I said, when the quinoa ends up cooking, that should end up rising and, you know, be nice and fluffy. Then I don't think I needed to have added the vegetable broth because it's actually really like runny, like liquidy. So hopefully that is not like soupy. But like with the tomato, or what's it called, the enchilada, the red enchilada sauce, and the salsa, it was pretty like liquidy. So I think when the quinoa ends up fluffing up and warming up, you know what I'm saying, guys, that it should you know, take most of that liquidiness out. I'm hoping. I think I ended up adding like 1 teaspoon of chili powder, a half a teaspoon of cumin, and the only reason I did was because the tomato sauce, that red enchilada sauce, is really spicy. Like, not super spicy, but it's got like a lot of flavor in it just for one little can. Like, it's pretty strong. So I was like, distribute between all of them, it should be okay, honestly, without even really need to add the seasonings, because it's strong enough on its own. Then I added the 2 cans of black beans, added a full cup of salsa, and then I added a half a cup of the quinoa because that's all I had left, and a half a cup of the vegetable broth with it, which again, like I said, I really don't think I needed that, but we'll see how it ends up turning out. If it ends up being too dry, then I know that, you know, or like just semi, you know, dry, or like just perfect, and it was the right amount. If not, if it's too liquidy, you know, who knows. But I'm gonna cook this on low for 5 to 6 hours like the recipe said, the other one that I was checking out online, and we'll see. So this should be done by like 5 or 6 o'clock, which is normally when we eat dinner anyway. We'll see, guys. I hope this turns out. But like, I guess that's the whole point. Like, you try out a new recipe to see if it ends up working, you know, like when you're doing your own recipe, you have to actually like see, you know, if I end up making it again, you know, maybe I find out like, oh, I should use less of this. And that's kind of the same with any recipe that I've used too. I'm like, you know what, it doesn't taste right, you know, maybe I need a little bit more of this, or maybe I need a little bit more of that, or, you know, something like that. Like, I actually personally really like cumin, the taste of cumin, and so I might have actually done more of a like 1-to-1 ratio with the chili powder, but I've noticed in a lot of recipes too that normally people end up adding like, it's like a 1 to a half of cumin, if that makes sense, or like a 2-to-1 with cumin and chili powder. And so that's what I was kind of going for, but me personally, I like cumin more, so maybe I should want 1-to-1 ratio. You guys get what I'm saying? So anyways, we'll see how they turn out. But my friend's coming to get me in about 15 minutes. I finished this like just in time. I finished it in like under 20 minutes, which is perfect. So yeah, we'll see. And I gotta get going. I'm not sure if I'll really vlog or anything like that while I'm out, but you know, we'll see. We're going to get ice cream, so maybe I'll just share that with you guys. Got back from the little ice cream date with my friends. We went to Oberwise, and guys, oh my goodness, I had the most amazing espresso caramel chip ice cream. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. So it is about 5 o'clock now. We got home. I played like 2 games of hockey with Matthew and my dad. And this is honestly looking pretty good right now, guys. I added some of the instant brown rice, but as you guys can kind of tell, the quinoa is kind of looking a little pretty good. But I'm going to move it up to high for the last hour because it's got, oh, well, actually, you know what? Maybe I'll move it back to low because it still has an hour and a half left to cook. So I was going to say I'll put it on high for an hour and a half, but it's got got an hour and 15 minutes left. So I'm hoping that it'll be good by then. I think the quinoa is actually, I don't know really where you guys can see it, but this is the rice basically up here, and then the quinoa, like that quinoa right there, it's actually starting to look kind of good. So it's also thickening up too. It's not quite as juicy, but it's hard because they're all kind of like mushing now, and so like the peppers, so they're all falling over and stuff, but I'm trying to get them to stay back up. We're headed to Jewel to go and see, go and pick up just a few things. We also have to get Jack's prescription because he has an ear infection, and we need to go to Jewel also to pick up a few things that we won't be able to get at Aldi for the Super Bowl game, because I know that there's a few things they won't have, or specifically the type that I want of what I need for the Super Bowl party. But guys, pretty awesome. I'm pretty much making the majority of everything that I pinned on my Pinterest board, except for like a few things. But yeah, I'm gonna have to probably make some of them like tomorrow. But me and my friend are actually going to go to one of two places, like parks tomorrow, actually, to walk, because I was like, you know what, my workout, I really liked it, but the problem I was having is I'm stuck in my room doing my workout. I'm stuck in my room all day long, and I want to be able to, I feel like maybe when I get my MacBook, it'll be a little bit better, because I'll be like, I could sit in the living room during the day and then go in my bedroom and work out in the afternoons or whatever. But I was like frustrated again because I'm getting stuck in my room all day long. But I went to, I was talking to her, and she's like, you know what, we should just go and walk. Like, even if it's cold out or whatever, we'll just bundle up and we will go outside and walk. And it actually hasn't been that cold. Like, I think it was 30 degrees or 35 degrees outside. It's actually semi-nice. Like, it's not super, super, super cold out. There's no wind or anything like that. So it doesn't feel really bad. But we were just talking about that, and then she was like, yeah, too. And in the spring, when it gets warmer, she babysits for her little, I think it's her cousin or her nephew. And then she was like, oh, well, I could just take him on walks too, because she babysits for him, I think in the mornings or certain days out of the week or whatever. So I was like, that'd be awesome. So she lives not too far away from me. She said she'd walk over here, and then we walk and do like where I normally walked with over the summer. I showed you guys that, if you guys remember any of the footage from the summer. I used to do my long walks in the mornings, so that's what we were planning on doing. Mondays and Fridays in the morning do walks, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday do afternoon-ish walks. So I was like, that would be perfect. And this way too, I'm not stuck on my you know, butt all day on the computer and stuff like that. But the workouts are just, I can't motivate myself enough to do them, especially when I'm confined to the same space. So I was like, you know what, even if it's just getting out and walking, you know, that's what would work really well. And for the two of us, especially have somebody that motivates you, I think will be really good. So that is my workout plan, I guess, that I kind of come up with. And that's where we're actually headed tomorrow, though. We're going to a park to actually walk, which I think will be really fun. So I have that kind of the afternoon-ish, but I'm gonna make maybe like some of the stuff for the Super Bowl in the morning, and then some more after we get back. I think these look good and done. Actually, I'm gonna say that they're done because the quinoa looks pretty fluffy, semi-fluffy in there, and I'm not sure too, like this was the stuff that was just on the top, so some of the stuff that's more on the inside should be a little bit better, but for the most part these look good. I'll take one out to share with you guys what I think. Those were seriously really, really, really good. Oh, this light doesn't work. Those were like seriously really good stuffed bell peppers. I mean, like really good. But I ended up adding some avocado and mozzarella cheese on the top of that, and just delicious, guys. It tastes kind of like that Mexican quinoa that I made before from that other recipe, but then just stuffed in peppers, which is like, oh my gosh, it's so good. So the quinoa was perfectly fluffy, like everything tasted delicious, and it was a little bit spicy but not super spicy. It was just overall tasted amazing. So I'm super excited that like I made my own recipe and it turned out really well. So yeah, guys, I honestly didn't get the vlog done for today. It is almost 11 o'clock now, but we ended up watching the Bulls game. They lost. They had like a 10-point lead in the game, and then they ended up an 18-point?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they ended up blowing it in the end. Like, really?
I was like, oh, it's almost 20 points.
And then they ended up blowing it the last second, and we lost by like, I think maybe 6 points. I don't know. I just walked out. There was only like a few seconds left. They were on the free throw line. So I was like, yeah, it's over anyway. So they were up. The other team was up 4 or 5 maybe, I think. Anyways, guys, yeah, I was really upset about that. I was like, like, they were doing amazing. There was like, they're having all these shots, and then at the end, all of a sudden, they couldn't sink anything again, and it was just not very good. So, I have got to get this dinner put away. So, tomorrow we are going to go and walk, at a place. It's actually the first place I actually went to, like, snowboarding. Well, not snowboarding, but I went, sledding. Like the actual, it's like a legit sledding kind of place. Well, not really. They just have a really, really big hill, and they basically do that. But we're going there to actually just walk. I've never actually been to the park part, I guess. And so she was like, oh, well, we can just go there and like walk. So I was like, okay. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. She's coming to pick me up at like 2 o'clock, but I've got to go to the grocery stores. Then I got to go to Aldi and get some of the rest of the, I can't get this Tupperware lid closed. I'm going to go to Aldi to get some of the stuff that I still need for the football game. And I only picked up a few things that I knew they wouldn't have at Aldi at Jewel today. So I might be able to try and get the vlog uploaded and edited tonight before I go to bed, because I don't want to be a vlog behind, especially because I got so much stuff going on this weekend with that going and, you know, hanging out with her tomorrow, and then also doing all, I mean, I want to do a good portion of the cooking tomorrow and stuff like that I need to, or like the prep stuff for it, so that I don't have to spend a whole ton of time doing it tomorrow. So that's my main goal, but I just don't, like I said, want to be stuck doing it all day on Sunday and then not actually getting any time to like relax for the football game. So yeah, at least figure out kind of what I need for everything. But yeah, that was really fun hanging out with my friends today, and, you know, getting to spend some time with them, because it's been like impossible for us to actually find any time to get together, like all of us, because we all have such different schedules and stuff. So it was so nice to actually be able to get together with all of them. But yeah, so starting next week, I'm going to start my workouts kind of again, you know, just my daily walks and everything, which I'm excited about doing, and those should be pretty fun. Like, I'm hoping to bring the camera with tomorrow and get some fun montage-y footage stuff also, so guys, stay tuned for that. And also like throughout the week too, because it'll be fun, but it'll be chilly, so I gotta make sure I dress warm, because I think it's only still supposed to be like 30 something degrees out, which for some people it might be a little cold, but for me around here, that's like actually pretty like chill weather. It's not very cold. Tomorrow's actually supposed to be 43, and it should be about that temperature when we're out tomorrow, but it actually looks like it's supposed to snow on Monday, so we'll see. We might be walking in the snow, but we're not walking like super far or anything like that, and again, all bundled up, we should be fine. I will talk to you guys though in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye guys. And I watched a little bit of YouTube too this morning, and now I'm going to find myself something to eat. I'm honestly just thinking like leftover pizza. Is it like that bad? Because I mean, we have the leftover pizza. Like, can I just eat it? You know? Like, I don't know. It's not a breakfast food, but like whatever you want to eat, right? Who defines what breakfast food is? I mean, if you like it for breakfast, you eat it for breakfast. You eat it whenever you want. I mean, am I right? Am I wrong about that? Always hated breakfast food. Like, I've never liked like eggs. Well, eggs always gave me an upset stomach. I mean, I didn't mind like toast. I'm not a huge fan of pancakes or waffles, but like I'll eat them. I always like not breakfast food for breakfast. So I think that